Good morning, class. So, I know I said on Monday that adaptations are my favorite part of biology that we were going to learn this year. And don't get me wrong, I do love them, but I also really love learning about human impact. What is human impact, you ask? Well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It means the effect, both positive and negative, that we humans have had on our environments. Think of ways in which us humans have affected the environment, both positively and negatively. Fortunately, thus far in our history, most of it has been negative. Pause here and write down that human impact is the positive and the negative effects humans have on our environment. Think about New Orleans 500 years ago, for example. All of it was just really, really swampy. There were no buildings like this, no houses, no streets, no Superdome, just wild land. Think about how much we humans have changed this environment since we began living here. Probably not too easy for an alligator to live in the French Quarter anymore, is it? The biggest way in which we humans have negatively affected the environment so far is probably through our advances in something that we all need, characteristic of life, energy. This energy, however, is not often energy for our bodies, but energy for our technology. The production of many types of energy, most notably electricity, which often requires the burning of coal, like you can see in this plant right here, and the production of gas, which contains oil, can be terrible for the environment. The ways in which we get this energy, by drilling mines and drilling holes to get oil and things of that nature, can often pollute the ground and the water and the air around it as well. Now, the ways in which we use this energy, like in our cars, for example, can be really bad for the environment too. Cars actually give off carbon dioxide. Remember, we talked about carbon dioxide a little bit earlier this year. Now, all of this carbon dioxide combined in the air can affect the temperature. Now, making the temperature of the world just a little bit hotter than normal is what global warming is. You hear people talk about global warming, about how the temperature on the Earth is increasing. Well, all this carbon dioxide in the air is what most scientists believe is the cause. If it even is a little bit hotter than it used to be in a given environment, some organisms will have a harder time living and some will likely begin to die. Their populations will begin to decrease. Or some populations might increase. But remember what happens to a food web in an ecosystem if there is even one little change? The whole thing is affected, right? That's really important for us to remember as we consider the effects of human impact and population. Now, many things that might seem harmless also really are not. Take paper, for instance. Think of all the paper we use all the time. Think of all the paper we use just in this class even. Well, do you know what paper is made of? Trees. Every time humans want to make paper, we have to cut down lots and lots of trees to do it, like you can see in this picture. Remember what we said would happen if there were no plants or trees? There'd be no oxygen. And we all know what would happen if there was no oxygen. So you see, class, every change we humans make to the environment really does affect the whole ecosystem, which we can't forget includes us too. Can you think of anything else that might be bad for our environment? What about ways in which you could maybe change your own behavior to be better for the environment?